Hello guys, welcome to Centum, and for today's episode, I'll be showing you some of the new plants that I bought last Sunday. So for the first plant that I bought was this rubber plant. It is a Ficus elastica, and specifically it is called lemon lime. And what I like about this plant is its leaves. It is variegated. It has a light color on the side and a darker color on the inside. What I like about this plant is that it is very easy to take care of. You don't need to worry about whether you will underwater or overwater it. Its leaves are very strong and glossy, and it can last a very long time. And it's not very particular about the soil. As long as it is fast draining, you won't have any problems with it. And then the next plant that I bought was this one. This is a dumb cane or Dieffenbachia. I hope I pronounce it right. And this one is called Camille. It is very similar to white flame because it has a white color on the middle, but the edges is green. The difference between white flame is that the edges of this one is more gradient. And what I like about dumb cane is that they're very easy to maintain and they are fast grower, and you could place them indoors and you don't have to worry too much about over or under watering them. And then the next plant that I bought was these neon photos. The reason why I bought photos is because I fell in love with my first one, this one. This is a new one that I just propagated, and it's very easy to take care of and to propagate. That's why I chose this plant. I'm planning to collect more different kinds of photos. This is called neon photos, as I have said, and it has a very light color. It's like luminescent also. And the next plant that I bought is this caladium. This is the first time that I bought a caladium, and the name of this caladium is luminescent white. What attracted me with its color is this white and green combination. I hope that this plant would grow a lot bigger and stronger because at the moment it looks very delicate, and I'm still trying. I will try to figure out how to take care of this plant because it really looks beautiful. So anyways, with repotting them, basically all plants requires the same requirements for soil, and that is they have to be fast draining. The only difference is the frequency of watering them. So I'll be preparing a soil mix for this tree, and for this rubber plant I'll be planning to plant them on the ground so it would grow a lot bigger and faster, and the roots can travel anywhere they want, so they don't have to be root bounded. So for my soil mix, I'll be using my soil that I bought. This is a combination of rice hull and garden soil. And some sand probably. I'm not too sure what they place here, but this is a soil mix that I bought from the store, but I'll adding some more rice hull to make it better. I'll be putting more rice hull so it can drain faster and it would have more nutrients. And this is a carbonized rice hull. This one will provide extra nutrients also. It is a rice hull. They just burn it. And then I'll be adding some cocoa peat. Just mix it well. If you can afford it, try to add some pumice soil. Pumice pebbles, because they'll make your soil more easier to drain, and the roots can travel a lot better, and the soil would get more oxygen if you put pumice pebbles. But they're quite expensive. They're about 50 pesos for a small bag. So I'll just put extra rice hull and cocoa peat. Let's set this aside first. We'll have to remove the plants from their pots. The soil that is used in here can be recycled. You just have to mix them with other components to make them usable. Like this photos, they use pure rice hull. This is fine, actually. What's important is that the soil is not muddy, because soil that is muddy tends to get hard when it's dry. And if your soil is muddy, the soil will not be, the roots will not be able to grow very well. So I'll take this caladium. This plant looks so delicate. I hope it would be, I hope it would get stronger after I repot this plant. Can you hear my neighbors? They're talking. They're talking about cats. They said that the sound of the cat made them scared. They thought that there was a ghost. When you're removing the soil from the roots, try to give them a good wash so you could remove all the old soil, especially if they're cactus or succulents. I really like this plant. It looks so beautiful. Camille reminds me of the actress named Camille Prats. In order to remember the names of the plants, you have to associate them with something that is very familiar to you. Like this one. If it's Camille, then try to associate it with an actress called Camille Prats. Some plants are very hard to remember their names. When you're trying to remove the soil from the roots, you can poke them like this. You could get a fork, the fork that you use for eating. You can comb them a lot better that way. This one is too big, but you just have to press it like that so the soil would loosen up. Okay, done. I'll just give these plants a good wash. I'll be washing the soil. The roots. So there. For the photos, I'll be using this pot for hanging plants. And before you put some soil in it, try to put some net fabric so the soil will not go through the draining hole. And just try to add soil here. I heard that this plant is very expensive in some stores. I don't know why. Maybe it's a slow grower. I'm not too sure why. Most of the time, plants that grows very slowly are expensive. Plants that are easy to propagate tends to be cheaper. So there. This is the first plant. If you have a spoon, it would be better to use that so you could fill in the small spaces. If you don't want to use your hands, but I like to use my hands because I can work a lot faster. But if you want to use you can use your spoon instead if you don't want to use your hands. Next is this one. It has a lot of holes in it. It's too big. If you water it, the soil would tend to go out, so I'll be putting a net here. This is the net. You could buy this in a fabric store. We used to place this in the window, but it got a lot of big holes and it's old, so I just use them for the plants. So here is our 3 plants, small plants that I just finished potting. The soil mix is a combination of garden soil, rice hull, carbonized rice hull, and cocoa peat. Now for the ficus plant, for the ficus rubber tree, I'm planning to place it here so the roots can grow faster and it could spread wider, so the plant could grow a lot faster. So I'll just dig a hole in there later. So there you have it. Let's see, I'll give you an update when it's a lot bigger now.